Hey everybody, how's it going? In this video, we will begin learning how to run commands from within the terminal. And we'll start by learning how to navigate the file system. So learning to navigate the file system is a great way to get your feet wet in the command line because there aren't any commands that we're going to run in this tutorial that have any side effects on your system. So while navigating through your terminal, you can run these commands and get comfortable without worrying about accidentally deleting important folders or files or changing something that you shouldn't be changing. Also in this walkthrough, I will have this Finder window open here on the right side of the screen so that you can see exactly where we are as if we were navigating through Finder. So this will help us better visualize where we are and what's going on as we navigate through the terminal. So to do this, we basically only need three commands: pwd, ls, and cd. And we'll also need to understand relative paths. So let's go ahead and open up the terminal and see how we use these. So the first command we'll run is pwd, which stands for print working directory. So this will print where we currently are on the file system. And currently we're in our home directory. So on a Mac, this is a users folder followed by your username. If you're on a Linux machine, this will be a directory called home followed by your username. So we're on a Mac, so you can see here that we are currently in this users directory followed by our username. So if I look over here in the Finder window, then we're in the same place. We're in this Corey Schaefer home directory, and if we look at the bottom here, you can see that we are in this users directory within this username folder. So now let's say I want to view the files and folders within this directory, just like we can see over here in the Finder window. And to do that, we use the ls command. Now if we compare everything that just popped up with the ls command, you can see that it matches what we see over here in our Finder window. So now let's say that we want to navigate to this navigation demo folder here. So within Finder, we can just double click on this and it takes us within that folder. But over here in the terminal, we're going to do this by doing a cd command, and cd stands for change directory. So if I do a cd and navigation demo and hit enter, then it will take us within that folder. Now if I do a pwd, which is print working directory, which we used before, within here, then we can see that we're now in this users, Corey, and then navigation demo. So now just same as before, if I do an ls command, then it will list all of the same files and folders that we can see over here in the Finder window. Now one thing that doesn't show up from within our Finder window is hidden files. So there are hidden files in this directory that we can't currently see. Now to view these files from within the terminal, it's as easy as adding a tac a after the ls command. So if I do an ls space and then -a and then hit enter, it's going to show me all the files, including those that are hidden. So you can see here, not only do we have the directories and the text files that we can see over here within Finder, but we can also see these hidden files, which you can tell are hidden files because they begin with a dot. So now what if we want to see more information about our files and our folders? We can add the -l command onto the end of our ls command, and this will list the long form, which displays the permissions, the user and group owners of the files and folders, some sizes, and also some date information. Now we can combine those options and do the long form of the hidden files by doing a -la. So we're using the L and the A options, and this will list the long forms of the files, which does all the extra information. Plus you can see here up at the top that we have our hidden files listed as well. So I mentioned before that we should also understand relative paths. What I mean by that is that we should understand what dot and what dot are in relation to where we currently are. So one dot is the current directory and two dots is our parent directory. So what do I mean by parent directory? If I do a pwd here to print the working directory, it'll make a little bit more sense. So here we are within this navigation demo directory, and our parent directory would be one above this. So this Corey Schaefer directory is the navigation demo parent directory. Parent directory for this folder is the users directory. Now you can kind of see the same setup over here within Finder down here at the bottom. So users, Corey Schaefer, and then in the navigation demo. Now let's navigate to this subdir1 right here. So we just navigated there from within Finder, and to do this within Terminal, we're going to navigate to subdir1, change directory there. Let's do a pwd just to make sure we got that right. And you can see now we're in this subdir1. So now let's say I wanted to navigate back to this navigation demo folder. Now I can't do a CD and then navigation demo because there's not a navigation demo from within this directory. What we do to do that is to use our parent directory. So we're going to navigate using cd ... and that's going to take us up one directory to our parent directory. So if I type that in, then type in pwd, then you can see that we just navigated up to our parent directory. Now we can also put in folders, we can also put in multiple folders at once. So if I do an ls on this subdirectory 1, this will show us the files and folders from within subdirectory 1, even though we aren't currently in that directory. So we can see here that there is a folder within subdir1 called subdir2. Now, even though that is down 2 directories, we can navigate there by typing in subdir1 and then followed by subdir2. So we're doing it all in one command. And now if I do a pwd, you can see that we navigated down into both of these directories in one command. Now this works with the relative paths as well. So if I want to get back to this navigation demo folder, then I can do a cd ... to go back to our subdir1, and then I can do another ... to go back to navigation demo. So if I hit enter with that cd command, then do a pwd, then you can see that now we're back in our navigation demos folder. And that would be the same if I'm over here in Finder. That would be the same as navigating up to my subdir1, and then I can go to navigation demo, and now I'm back in the navigation demo folder. Now lastly, let's say that we want to go back to our home directory. Now there's 2 ways we can do this. We can just type in cd and hit enter, and it will assume that we want to go to our home directory, or we can do a cd with this tilde here. And if we do that, and then we do a pwd, you can see that now we're back in our home directory. Now we can also use that tilde as a starting point. So if I did a cd and then the tilde, then I can navigate anywhere within my home directory. So from here I can type in navigation demo, and if I do a pwd here, then we navigated into that navigation demo folder using that tilde. So that about does it for this video. Play with these 3 commands and learn how to navigate your system. And once you're more comfortable with navigating through your file system and the relative paths, then we can start using more advanced commands which will actually alter your file system and create files and create directories and so on. So I know this was a pretty basic tutorial, but if you're new to navigating through the terminal, then I hope that you found it useful. If you do have any questions, just ask in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe for some more advanced terminal tutorials, and thank you all for watching.